It is time. Hello. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good schmeevening, good schmorning. If you can't hear her, there's a cat on my desk and she is purring. So if you hear this, she's here a lot lately. It's because it's summer and she's like, Mom, it's hot. Do something. Do something about the heat. I know. I know. Hello. Right. Turn off the hot. Heat is the worst. It's true. As you can see, I'm in my summer gear. It's disgusting. Um, First of all, thanks for the subs. I appreciate that. Thank you for the subs. Second of all, no comments that are like, Mel's gonna love this one. I'm nervous. I'm nervous when I don't get those comments. She is a menace. First she knocked over him, then she knocked over him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You haven't read it yet? Oh, okay. And then I gotta put Zora back. Can you believe this guy? This one's a stinker. Should just skip it. No, she doesn't hate One Piece. She actually specifically hates lore. I don't know if you guys remember this. I specifically remember this. Can't believe this. I specifically remember this. Blueberry, I used to have a bunch of different One Piece posters behind me in my old place. It wasn't a Sanji Wall Shrine, unfortunately. She would only scratch the lore poster. Just him. No one else. There were other posters on that level. She didn't give a shit. She'd only scratch him. And she would also jump up to my figurines when I wasn't in the room and knock lore off the top of the shelf, specifically him. Just him. Zoro was closer to the edge, and he was also smaller. My lore figurine is quite big. And she specifically still went for him. She does not like him. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about lore that she despises so much, but she actually hates him. I don't know who her favorite is. It would probably be Zoro. She likes big, stinky men. She's such a fan. She really loves big, stinky men. She likes seeing him suffer. Well, who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? I'm going to appreciate this week's issue. Listen, when I enter the chat, because obviously I have not been spoiled, right? I never get spoiled. I'll tell you guys if I do and I go, but it hasn't happened. But usually when I enter the chat, I get, oh, Mel's gonna love this one. I get that a lot. And that's usually because Mel's gonna love this one. I'm just so nervous that I didn't see that this time. I didn't see a Mel's gonna love this one. What? Just like, I was gonna say, does Sanji die? But even if he did, you guys would be like, Mel's gonna love this one. And I fucking would love that one. I would. If Sanji died, they're gonna be like, oh, Mel's gonna go crazy. She's gonna love this one. Sanji doesn't appear. That's true. But I also like chapters where Sanji doesn't appear. I know. That's a crazy thing for me to say, but I do. Don't know how I feel about this one. Okay, but it's not about you. It's about me. It's about me. I love this one. Personally loved it. All right. What about me? This is my stream. You guys are here to see me react. This is my book club. I'm the host. Will Mel love this one? Well, let's... Oh, sorry. Just hit her toe. Let's find out. Hope Mel's gonna love this one. There we go. I'm gonna guess. The ego. You're literally here for me. Come on. The channel's called MelonTeee, not Chat and MelonTeee. Come on. Come on. Not MelonTeee and friends. Just MelonTeee. Sanji quits. Chapter what? Smoking? What does he quit his job? As in, I'm not gonna be in this store anymore. I was like reading along with you. Oh, thank you. The C in MelonTeee stands for chat. Yeah, you know what? Fine. There's no break next week? Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Hang on, so he's gone three weeks in a row now. Whoa. Surely there's going to be a break after the next chapter, surely. I nearly turned it for some reason. And what is this cover art? What is this cover art? I have many questions. The first thing I also thought was licking the honey off his nose. I'm glad I'm not the only. I'm not even saying this sexually. I'm just like, honey on nose. Like, this is not. I'm not trying to be perverted about this. I was like, honey. Like, first of all, also, awesome Winnie the Pooh reference. The honey pot. I know a Winnie the Pooh reference when I see it. Usopp smearing honey on the tip of his nose to lure in rhinoceros beetles by Hoshimiya. I love that people send in their requests and Oda picks them, and I love that he read this one and went, yeah. I like that he saw that one and went, yeah. That's a good one. Really like that one. I felt like that when he picked Zoro playing musical chairs with chihuahuas and losing, and it specifically said like being distressed because he's losing at musical chairs against chihuahuas. I love that Oda read that request and said, yeah, that's the one. But this one is particularly insane. This one's crazy. Goodness gracious me. I'm glad Chopper's there, but I don't like Chopper looking so nefarious in nature, I must say. I don't like the idea that Chopper is about to jump forward and take the honey on the nose. I don't like that idea. But I like that he's there. That matches his freak. How many fan suggestions do you think Oda's gotten of Zoro and Sanji kissing? Zoro and Sanji kissing on accident. Zoro falls on Sanji and they kiss. Surely he's gotten a fucking more billion of those. Like, come on. He must be getting tons of them. And you know what? One day he will pick one. We just have to make it funny enough, guys. We just have to make it funny enough. If we can make it funny enough, he'll do it. He'll do it. We just have to make it funny enough. I'm telling you, he 100% gets them. Of course he gets them. Of course he does. This is why people like, what do you know about the ship? Of course he fucking knows about the ship. You have to be under a rock. You should submit one. I'd just submit that. I'd submit something about Sanji. A lot of Guna requests. Tons of those as well. He gets a lot of Guna requests and he has to be like held back by like chains to not draw them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, Nami. What's a Nami Guna request? Like Nami in, I don't know, something, some like skin tight bunny outfit or something, and he's like, no. He's really trying. He's got the green goblin on his shoulder, but he must be stopped. Someone is stopping him. Laura in a bikini. Sorry, this is literally the cover art. It threw me for a loop. It's Shrek at the wedding. That's exactly what I was thinking. Nami getting dressed. Oh, he's probably gotten tons, and I bet he reads them and has a chuckle. I'll be back. I simply wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting this cover art. I simply wasn't. But also, why is Usopp dressed like an old man? This is how a lot of old men dress. Like dads, you know, like old dads. Apart from the I don't know, what is that called? Like the hat? Is that a hat? Is that what you'd call it? Apart from the hat and goggles, the striped Nike jumper with the shorts and the sandals. That's exactly what like an old dad would wear. The Adam Sandler fit. Adidas. Sorry, is that? No, it's Adidas. East European Aussie mash, exactly. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get so hung up on the Usopp cover. It truly stunned me. It truly stunned me. Okay, chapter 1173, Warrior Generation. Let's actually start reading now. Sorry, everyone. 17 pages as well. Is it? Yep, it's a page. Double page spread. Kill Yarl. Damn, they made it to him fast. Dorian Broggy, what has become of you? What plan do you speak of, Roronoa Zoro? Can I please, Roronoa? I'm sorry. I have to sound like a weeb and say Roronoa. I can't say Roronoa. I just can't do it. It sounds so embarrassing in my accent. Roronoa Zoro. First, I need you to tell me if it's okay to cut him into pieces. That's a good question. They're all members of the giant pirate. That's a good question. Hang on, there's a wait. Sorry. That's a good question. They're all members of the giant pirate crew. Protecting Chief Yarrow's life is our top priority. But ideally, we don't want to harm vaunted warriors who've vaunted. Yes, I know that word. Vaunted warriors who've earned our respect. I'm so sorry. For a second, I thought he started speaking like Gru. Like vaunted warriors. And I was like, Vigs. I was not sure why he was doing that. Sorry. Vaunted warriors who've earned our respect. Is that Hyrule and Stanson? They've spotted us. Remember, don't get sandwiched. Between Dory and Broggy? Would that be so bad? If I may be so bold, would that be so bad? I think that would be alright. Between them? Don't get sandwiched, Zoro. Why not? Why not? Why? Why can't I be? Wow. Dory and Broggy have always been eccentric. Anyway, yeah, cut. Okay, we'll get back to that. Is it a double page again? Technically not, but oh, it is. Sorry, have you boys managed to unite all of giant kind yet? I'm guessing the answer is no, Zugya. Go right ahead, Roronoa. I hear you, brothers! I hear you, brothers! Oh, and he jumped off his shoulder like a flea! Oh my goodness! Aha! They can't sandwich you if you're overhead, eh? Diga-ga-ga, clever. Let's flank them from the side, Stanson. You got it, Hyrule. Rah! Brothers! Oh my god, he is like a flea. Boing, boing, boing. Huh? Hey! He's up above a little puny human. 3-sword style secret art. Oh my god, what is with all these double pages? Crossing the 6th pass. Yeah, well done, Roronoa. And now he's back. Oh, he's above Dory and Broggy. And they're leading Roronoa! Dory, Broggy, whoa, gotta move. Oh! He didn't even do it on purpose. Sorry, I was just looking. For a second, I was like, oh, what a good plan. Oh, he didn't. He didn't do it on fucking purpose. Yeah, it's a cool. No, immediately I clocked it. It's a call back to Little Garden. Don't worry, guys. I saw it. I know. You guys think I don't know the Dory Broggy Little Garden panels? That was literally the beginning of Zoro and Sanji's rivalry. Oh, fucking course I remember the Dory Broggy panels. Hi, Mama. Thanks for the sub. Of course I remember that. All according to plan. No, for real. I thought he did it on purpose. I was about to be like, I'm sorry, Zoro. You had a good idea. Never fucking mind. He just fell fucking between them on accident. Where is he? Hang on. When he fell like that, where is he? Oh, wait. He's pushed himself out. Not down. Anyway, oh, sorry. I'll keep reading. I'll keep reading. Dory Broggy captains, and then they're gonna start fighting each other. You know what they're gonna... Okay, no. I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. I'll keep reading. I'll be silent. Hoof and push. First of all, Brooke's giving birth. Congratulations, King. I always knew you could do it. Second of all, I knew this is what was happening. I said this! Did I not say? I bet he's like still tied up and he's like wiggling away. Now, what I did think he was doing was jumping like a bean. But worming around is objectively funnier. And push. Brooke branch route 8. And push and push. Oh my god, he's so brave. And he's huffing and wheezing. Princess Shuri. Oh, this is gonna fuck me up. This is gonna fuck me up, isn't it? Princess Shuri. We have a princess of the Ark. I mean, it's Loki, but now we have another princess. Princess Shuri. Is that you, Princess Shuri? No, of course not. I know you can't be her, but you look so alike. It reminds me of her, and I couldn't help but check just in case. Oh. Oh, this is gonna be horrible, isn't it? But even if you're not the same person, you must be blood relatives, yes? If she were still alive, she'd be nearly 80 years old after all, and she certainly wouldn't recognize me, not in the state I'm in now. But your face, your blue hair, your mismatched eyes, the Holy Land, and your love for my music, all of it aligns perfectly, doesn't it, Princess Shuri? I never wanted to think of you again for the rest of my life. Not the father-killing princess. The life you stole away belonged to the man whom I owe everything. He went up there just to say you killed a man that I owe my life to. Oh, wait. Oh. Diva. Oh my. No, I'm gonna. It can't be Yorkie because Yorkie didn't die because of her. Because Yorkie died of plague. Oh, this. Okay, wait. We'll keep reading. We'll keep reading. Everyone, shut up. Class, settle down. Settle down. Sorry, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Everyone, sit down. We'll get back to that. We'll discuss that. Okay. We have to keep reading. We have to keep reading. Sit down. Sit down. Settle. Settle. Ooh. Oh my god. And then Gunko is the memory coming back. Run, Brooke. Oh my god. Huh? What? The rope is wobbling. That's a good panel, by the way, of her with Imu's eyes behind her. God, I really like Imu. Ah, free at last! Oh my god. Brooke, oh god, I just love Brooke. Gunko, how darest thou? Brooke, yeah! Yikes, it tightened up again. What was that just now? What do you mean run? Don't you realize I came to finish what was started? Who in the world are you? Okay, I've already picked what's happened. I've already picked what's happened. Shut thy mouth! What are thee to Gunko? Usopp branch route 8. Yes, I'm free! I feel like my mental powers did that. Yeah. Why did they go slack for just a moment? Robin's tied up with something else. We've got to get you out. Don't worry about me. Just save the children, Nummy. The western village is quite far off. It's quite far away. Angie took off running. Oh, Nummy! That's Sanji. Oh, yes, yes. Where is he? Where is he? No, where is he? Why did we cut away? Oh fuck, I was really excited to see him. I was really excited to see him. You bastard. By the Western Village branch route 8. Shut up. Walk, you brats. The goal is shut up. The goal is just ahead. I bet you're one of the demons Chief Yarrow talked about. Well, you're gonna regret it. Elbap's really strong. We know that. It's why we're using you. I hear you're Gabun's son, huh? Guys, come on. Come on. Shut up. Untie these thorn ropes. Yeah, let us go. Or at least fight us fair and square. Yeehaha, you're funny. It's too late, kids. I will time out. All of you! Time out. It's too late, kids. Look over there. It's the port and ship. This is like my friend. Sorry, I'm gonna keep reading, but basically I have a friend who's a teacher. She said 6-7 one time and the whole class went 6-7 and they did that for about 30 fucking minutes. Calm down. You are all children. You are all children. Shut up. We're trying to read. You know, some people enter this chat and they go, I can't stay in the stream because there's too much. Like these things are too much. Do you understand? You are causing an unruly environment. The environment is not sustainable. Stop it. I've lost control. I do want people to use it, but they need to be responsible with it. It's about free will. Anyway, sorry. It's too late, kids. Look over there. It's the port and ship. Take a good look at your homeland. It's the last time you'll ever see it. What? No, I won't get to see Mummy and Daddy anymore. Help, don't take us away. Hello, Great One. Killing him. I've almost completed the mission. Hello, Great One. Killing him. Great One, question mark, killing him, question mark. Oh. He's talking to Imugunko and killing him. Yes, I understand. I've almost completed the mission. I want to get out of here as soon as possible. Anything else we need to do? Colin, Ilva, Olav. Hey, what are those sleep tids doing? They're supposed to be keeping those giants occupied. Mama, it's our parents and Grandpa Oimo. Grandpa Oimo? Oh, yes. Oh, look out from up above. It's Nika, the god of destruction. Why does one of the giants look like, Guinea? She's got the same hair. She's just got the braids in the front. Anyway, god of destruction. Mummy, you call that Nika? Don't play games with us. We're the warrior generation. Oh, yes. I love, like, just violent mothers. Not Loki's, but I love violent mothers. They're so strong. Look over there. That's where the kids are. It's too late even if we run. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. They're doing the Dorian Broggy move! Here we go, Goldberg! Ready, Shet, double general. Wait, I can join in too! I'm coming to save you, little brother! Oh my god, with an addition! Triple! Oh, I spat all over my iPad. Triple general Goku's sovereignty. That's not just Little Garden. Dorian Broggy did that during Egghead when... That was during Egghead when we cut back to... Yeah, Eustace Kid. Captain Useless Mid and Shanks. Dorian Broggy Oda reminded us with Egghead and then he did it again but with a third fella. Oh, wow. No, that's awesome. It's, you know, carrying wills and shit like that. Oops. Whoops, that was the end of the chapter. Oh my god. Okay, he's falling on him. Are you trying to flatten me? The ship. Oh shoot. Okay. Alright, so the ship has been destroyed. Who was it that said last chapter? I don't get why they just don't destroy the ships. When I was reading the last chapter, someone in chat literally said that. They were like, why don't they just destroy the ships? There you go. They'll get into it. Somers is so pathetic. I really like Somers. I really like him. He's just like but I'm pissed. Like, I like him because he's like Doflamingo. He's just awful, but he's a charismatic villain. As in, like, I love him because he's awful. Like, I don't like, you know what I mean? Why am I explaining this? You guys understand what it is to like a good villain. He's just fucking evil, and I love that. And he's very charismatic and fun. But I don't like that he's found out that Colin is Gabon's son. Because he's a fucking psychopath. He's an absolute freak. And in the God Valley flashback, there was literally that dad with the kid on like up the tree, and there was thorns under him. And Somers watched as the dad was like, jump, jump, I'll save you. And the kid literally jumped into the thorns that he'd created. And then the dad also died. So I don't like that Somers knows that Colin is Gabon's son, because he is just such a disgusting sadist. Like, unbelievably so. I'm not excited for that. I don't even think Somers has a backstory. I don't think he's got daddy issues or anything. I just think he's that fucking horrible. Like, I'm not expecting a Somers backstory. Or like a full Holy Knight, all Holy Knights backstory. I'm not. I just think Somers is that gross. I think he just sucks. I honestly think this is just how he is. He just sucks. He just has the vibes. He's just an awful fucking person. I just think he's a fucking rich 1% elitist. And he's just disgusting. That's it. I think that's his story. Where are the slaves, Papa? Was there the whole time. Well, Somers would be there the whole time. Now. Oh, Shamrock's gonna have some. No. I'm not saying none of the Holy Knights. I'm saying I think majority of the Holy Knights are not gonna have backstories. Gunko, obviously. Shamrock, obviously. Like, are there any other Holy Knights that would? Killingham? No. I don't think Killingham's gonna have any. I think most of them won't. Technically, Harold was a Holy Knight, wasn't he? And he got one. But I don't think majority of them will. I think most of them just fucking suck. First of all, Brooke MVP. Was anyone expecting Brooke to get them out of that? Everyone, I think, was expecting Conqueror's Haki. Me included. I was expecting, oh, they're going to have to use Conqueror's Haki to get out of this. Ah. It was Brooke saying, I've come here to kill you. But it's cracking me the fuck up because we were like, oh, he knows her. And then he pops up and goes, I'm gonna fucking catch you. It's cracking me up because we were like, oh, it's gonna be so cute. And then I'm here to kill you. Finally. Oh shit. It's not as wholesome as we thought. However, I think I've already figured it out, and I think most of us have. She was taken over by Imu. So she was clearly a princess of a former kingdom, and the former kingdom would have been who Brooke served. So of course he's talking about her father, who was the king, and maybe a guy that Brooke kind of canoodled with, who knows. But he must have been talking about, you know, her dad, who was the king, and she killed him. And she must have been overtaken by Imu because she clearly is still fond of Brooke. And I swear to fucking God, I had that theory. I'd have to go back to when we first saw her backstory. So like we saw a glimpse of it. But I swear I had a theory like that. I swear I did. I swear I was like, what if Imu wanted to take over a kingdom? and he did it by possessing the princess. I fucking swear I had that theory. I know I say that a lot, but I vaguely remember thinking this. I vaguely remember thinking, what if Imru took over a princess? People put Sanji against Somers. I would like to propose Kuma since he's still somewhat active. He is the perfect devil fruit to free the kids, and due to his anatomy, Somers cannot make his love hurt. As much as I like that, Kuma's out of commission. I don't think he's somewhat active at all. I think he is down until Vegapunk can help him. Also, I'm going to say this sweetly. I think Kuma deserves to rest. I think he's deserved his resting time, even if it's not a good time to rest. Do you know what I mean? I don't think Kuma's going to be part of this. I think he's got to stay safe. I think he's done enough. But I do like the idea because I know what you mean. Sorry, I'm trying to find when Brook recognizes Gunko. Does anyone remember the chapter? Well, here's the thing. A lot of people think Bonnie. I don't think Bonnie's going to do anything here. Bonnie, 1149, thank you. Because a lot of people have not the same idea as me, but I think my idea is Bonnie is not meant to, because people, when I bring this up, people go, but Momonosuke and Mono were a whole other thing. Bonnie is a child. I think Bonnie doesn't have to be involved in this stuff anymore because she just went through some of the most traumatizing shit ever. And I think this is not something that she should be getting concerned with. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, she can jump in and help, but would the Straw Hats want her to? And would Vegapunk want her to? Do you know what I mean? She can if she wants, but she's been through some pretty horrible shit. I would quite enjoy if she just was like, I'm scared, I don't want to be part of this. Like, she just got her dad back. I think it's fine if she does that. Unless Kuma is like threatened to be killed or something, I don't see her doing it. Because Momonosuke was a whole other thing. Wano was a whole other thing. Sorry, I'm trying to find the Gunko thing. That's when Brook recognized her, but does this have the little flashback in it? It does. Yes. Yeah, I know. I'd have to go back to when this flashback started. Maybe I even said it on Twitter. I don't know, but I swear I was like I swear I was talking about something about Imu forcefully taking over nations that do not agree with them. So they steal away a princess for the power, or they take over a princess for the power. I'm so certain I had that idea. And I'm not just saying that. I'm like, the memory is so strong. I swear I had that idea because of how Imu functions. Like, the second we found out Imu could mind control, I was like, something about Imu taking over a nation by stealing away a princess or manipulating a princess. Because it's not far-fetched, because he did the same thing to Harold. God, I swear I had this idea. No, Imu does not have a princess harem. It's about power. So Imu toppled a kingdom by destroying it from the inside, by taking over the princess and making the princess kill her father in the same way that he was going to use Harold to take over Elbaf, but that didn't succeed. But it's very sad because so it's basically a reverse Loki. So instead of Imu taking control of Loki, it was Imu taking control of Harold, and then Loki had to kill his own dad. and then Gunko had to kill her own dad, but again, she was probably possessed. Or if she wasn't possessed at this point in time, the same thing happened to her and her dad was possessed. Do you understand what I mean? So it's either she's mirroring what happened with Harold and Loki. I'm pretty sure he said that when the chapter with Gunko recognizing Brooke came out. I swear to fucking God, right? I either said it in one of my editing streams or I said it in the chapter read itself. I'm not crazy. I do need to start writing down the shit that I'm theorizing, because I swear I fucking said this. But anyway, because it's about Imu taking over kingdoms. It's about Imu toppling kingdoms. And one of the best ways for Imu to do that is go on the inside and make it look like the kingdom is at ruins because of its own rulers and its own leaders. The second a kingdom goes against Imu or does something Imu cannot, doesn't agree with, as in they basically a country will unionize and Imu is like, I can't have that. And Imu fucks them up. So this is probably a country. This is probably a country that unionized, and Imu was like, nah, I need them gone. I need them taken over. Or they had a resource that Imu wanted. So Imu had to take them over. The kingdom had connection to Holy Land. That is interesting. Mismatched eyes, the Holy Land, and your love for my music. The Holy Land could be because like of the reverie, because remember the royals who are allowed to go to the reverie have to go to the Holy Land for it. So that could be a connection to it. Or it could have been she went to the Holy Land beyond the reverie, as in she was there for a time. That could be it too. And we also know that God Valley happened long before Brooke was human. Sorry. Long before Brooke. No, long after Brooke died. Sorry, because Roger was active when Brooke died, but not like prolific. Right? No, it's not close. It's not close at all. Roger was known as not even a rookie. In fact, Brooke was like, I think I heard of a rookie. It wasn't close at all. It was like 20 years later or around then. Anyway, Roger was a newbie when Brooke like was a pirate, but he was not very known. I was going to say the man-mayor because of the family. I was thinking that, like, she had connections with those families? He said Shuri would be 80 though. Well, yeah, Brooke is what, 93 or something? He died. Sorry, 90, yeah. Interesting. Well, he wants to be a pirate. Just 90. Yes, yeah, sorry, my bad. He's just 90. I don't know where 93 came from. Yeah, so what I am piecing together is I was gonna say little sister. Brooke seemed to have been the knight of this king that was her father. To think of you again for the rest of my life. The father killing princess. It's literally paralleling Loki. The reason we're learning this in this arc is because she parallels Loki. Because Loki is the father killing prince. So it's one of two things. It's either her dad was possessed or she got possessed and was made to kill him. But I think what she's going to be is she's going to be an example. Her and her kingdom are going to be an example of if Loki and Harold, the outcome of Elbaf, turn to shit. Like, do you know what I mean? I think she's about to, her and her kingdom are going to be an example of the worst fucking case scenario for Elbaf. The worst, literally the bad ending. What could have happened, right? Um, had Harold just been completely overtaken, I suppose. If Harold didn't resist, in a way. If Harold had killed Loki, I don't think if Harold had killed Loki, because again, Sky, it could be that the dad was, like, her dad was possessed. And then after she had to kill him, she got taken over. Like, she was then brought into a deal with Imu for some reason. Like, there's still a possibility that it was her dad that was the one that was taken over. Because as a child, why would she make that pact with Imu? Because she would have been young. Like 10 years. Fuck, she would have been. God, she would have been really young. Oh, that's so fucked up. She would have been real little. Unless Imu persuaded her because she was just a tiny thing. The point being that if Harold had lived, no, I think if just the outcome just soured. So not exactly like, what do you mean little? She'd be as old as Bonnie. She would have been a kid when she killed her dad, no? Oh, she's not that young when she yells at her father. No, that's true. She would have been 20. She'd be 80. Is that math right? Well, he's saying that you would be 80 now. And Brooke is 90. We don't know when she killed her father. Yeah. We'll find out. Either way, she wouldn't have been a baby, but she still would have been young, right, when that happened. So it's still fucked up. But oh God, sorry, I just love the design. Yeah, she did look older. Sorry, I just immediately jumped to, oh, she would have been tiny. Because I was thinking of Brooke being like 20 years old in the night. I don't think an Oda would have a child kill her dad. Oda has had a child shoot their father in the back of the head, point blank. I'm just letting you know. Yes, he will have a child kill their dad. Point blank, by the way. Forgot about that. I could never forget about that. He has had a kid kill their dad. My bad. That's okay. But thanks for that. Yeah, to be freed from Imu, we don't know if that's possible yet because Shanks wasn't of the highest tier, was he? So we don't know if it's possible to be of the highest tier. But what I do know is Shuri, her name is. So wait, her name has been changed. I just realized. So the family name that she's under, Main Manor, whatever it is, it's very possible that's not even her name. Because it's possible that she was taken, obviously, and everything about her was changed to fit in. And she's lost her memories, of course. But what I am saying here is she must have been valuable because we know there's a clear toll it takes on Imu to make people that level of Holy Knight that Imu currently is. So, sorry, that Gunko currently is. So She just must be valuable for some reason. It wouldn't be the blue hair. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's a connection to Vivi, but I feel like it would not just be that. Because, like, what I am thinking is maybe he wanted to, like, maybe he just hated anyone that resembled Lily. So he wanted to just torture them. But would that be enough? Because it's a lot, right? For someone who would be unrelated to Nefertari. But also the reason I don't think she's connected to Nefertari is because Vivi's mother name was like Bibi or something. And then Lily. So like there's a trend with the Nefertari women. And I don't think Gunko's got that. Titi, that was her name. Vivi's mother's name was Titi, and then Vivi's ancestor is Lily. Shiri doesn't have the naming convention, Princess Shiri. Maybe Oda's having a laugh, I don't know, but I don't think it's got a Nefertari connection. I think Lily and Vivi are their own thing. No, I don't think Imu loved Vivi. Not Lily. I don't think Imu loved Lily. I keep saying this. I don't think Imu had any capability of love. I just think Lily went against Imu. I think Imu is just power hungry, power obsessed, just crazily so. Imu is the devil, right? I simply think what happened is Imu tried to create this new world, or did create this new world, and because they created this new world, they created the world government, and the world government was also created under Lily. But then Lily was probably the first and only person within the higher ups there to be like, no, this is fucked. Because remember, there was supposed to be 20 kingdoms, and Lily was supposed to be part of that, but she took the sword away because they were missing a sword. They all had their swords around the throne as a symbol. No, not one person will sit amongst the throne. But I don't think it's love. I don't think it's even obsession. I simply think it's she would not obey. That's it. I don't think it has anything to do with love, nothing to do with romance, nothing to do with even a twisted way of liking her. I just think she didn't obey him, or didn't obey Imu. I simply think Lily was like the only higher up in the only kingdom, or the only leader of the kingdom, to be like, I'm not doing this. This is fucked up. Imu will literally kill someone, like Saturn, for example, if they fuck up once. Right? Not only that, it's very clear. Why do they have a portrait of her in their room then? First of all, we didn't know if that was their room. Second of all, why would the palace not have a bunch of portraits of the first original rulers? Right? Of the first original rulers that created the world government. I think that palace would have a ton of them. I don't think it would just be Lily there. Lily's mistakes spread the poneglyphs. I was just about to get to that. Lily also was part of the revolution. We know this. Lily was part of the war and part of the revolution that went against Imu on the side of Joy Boy. And to our knowledge, Lily was the only ruler of one of the 20 kingdoms that was part of that. Right? I don't think it has anything to do with romance. I think it has everything to do with the fact that Lily fucked Imu up. That Lily tried to go against them. And I think that's why Imu is scared. Not scared, but Imu is desperate to get Vivi. I don't think it has anything. And Lily was a D, that too, as well. I don't think it has anything to do with obsession. I don't think it has anything to do with romance. I think Imu simply knows the power the Nefertaris have, especially someone like Vivi. For all we know, Lily was someone that got all these people together. For all we know, Lily is someone that was a huge hand in creating that revolution. And from what we know, it was such a big war that there's a fucking mural of it, right? It must have been taxing for Imu to have to do that. right? The only romance play Otis put into a plot is Whole Cake Island, and to be fair, it's once or twice, but the biggest ones I can remember currently are Whole Cake Island and fucking the recent God Valley. There's also Duffy with Viola, but that was very insinuated as well. There was Dressrosa, but of course the main plot of Dressrosa wasn't romance, was it? Especially not with Law. But I would be surprised. I would be shocked, truly, if this were about Imu liking Lily. Because to me, everything is pointing towards Lily went against Imu. Right? It went totally against Imu. Everything's pointing towards Lily simply disobeyed Imu. And because of that, Lily caused so many problems. For all we know, and I do think this is the case, Lily's actions back then caused this ripple effect that makes it so Imu can't control the world yet, which is the poneglyph thing. From what we think, Lily spread the poneglyphs. Now, if you were Imu and you were trying to control the fucking world and then someone spread this one thing that can fuck it all up, would you or would you not be trying to fucking eradicate their bloodline in a sense? Would you or would you not despise them, right? I can't see it connecting to romance because I just see it connecting to power. I see it connecting to this is a fucking tyrannical dictator, right? And Lily went against the tyrannical dictator. From what we know, Lily was the only one of the 20 kingdoms that went against Imu and was part of the mural on Joy Boy's side, right? Imu thought it was a mistake. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure there. I think Imu... No, I think I know what you're talking about. I think Imu was saying Lily made that mistake. As in, Imu was saying the mistake Lily made was doing that against me. Not, oh, it was an accident. As in, the mistake Lily made to, like, do that shit. I remember what that scene was. I don't think it was like, oh god, it was such a mistake. I think it's Imu saying, how fucking dare she? Reread the scene. I will reread the scene. I'm pretty sure we went over this. Actually, what chapter was it? No, look, I'm happy to be wrong. But even if I am wrong about this chapter, to me, everything points towards it was about power. I can't see it being about romance because I don't know why it would be. It just looks like it's about power. Harold's action's a mistake. They did do that. Imu realized they had the D. Why can't it be both? I suppose it can be both, but it's more so, wouldn't that just be odd? Right? Wouldn't it just be strange that the biggest villain in this story, one of the things they hung up on is like a woman? I don't know. It doesn't feel like One Piece to me. Because what villain have we had that's really been like that? Have we had a villain like that? They're like hung up on a woman? Whoop. Only Van Decken, and that wasn't a woman. That was a girl. That was a child. Hang on, double checking. God, I always do forget this scene. Okay, that's when she's being grabbed. There it is. We've gone back to this scene before with this same discussion, and I do remember my mind still was not changed. The D is the name of those who once opposed us. Bubble up from every corner of the world. However, the recent development has its roots in Queen Lily's great mistake of 800 years ago. A mistake, as the securities disclosed running after the Void Century, as does the spate of pirates seeking the poneglyphs for treasure. Not for Lily's mistake on that fateful day, the loathsome relic poneglyphs scattered across the world. Now the past has one, and the unfortunate event of the past has one disastrous potential explanation. Was the liberation of the poneglyphs actually a simple mistake, or was it planned? Hang on, this still points towards that Imu was believing it to be planned. As in, Imu was like, was it a mistake? Like, do you know what I mean? I don't think Imu did believe it was a mistake. I think Imu knew in the back of their head the whole fucking time that was not a mistake. And then they were like, yeah, Lily was a D. And then they went, I fucking knew it. Trying to confirm, but that means that he's not, like, they're not saying it was a mistake. If anything, to me, that reads as Lily was working behind the scenes behind their back and was like, oh, I made a mistake. And Imu's going, the fuck are you talking about? But that's true, is it not? If the fact that Imu is bringing this up and saying a mistake means they know. Like, it's a bit too convenient to be a mistake. But that's how, why would Imu bring that up if they were like, oh, it was just a mistake? They're literally saying, was it a mistake? They bring up the D and then they bring up, was it a mistake? Right? Like Harold's. I don't know why you're acting this way to me. This is literally like, it's literally confirming their suspicion. This reads to me as Lily was like, I made a mistake, and Imu was very incredibly fucking sus of that the whole time. And Imu probably did not believe that to be a mistake. Like, the mistake in Imu's eyes. Fire Fist. It rattled Imu's mind. Right? I don't know. I simply don't see anything romantic about this. Everything is pointing towards Lily worked against Imu, and that Imu despised that shit. And the other reason I'm believing this is because Vivi in Alabaster, I keep saying this, one of Vivi's greatest powers was she knew how to bring people together. She was insanely good at that. People would want to side with her and help her. She did that with the Baroque work Agents, guys. Like, the second she was outed in Whiskey Peak, they literally jumped to protect her and help her. That's always been one of her incredible powers. In Drum Island, when they were about to fucking start shooting at them, Vivi was the one that jumped forward and, like, begged them to stop. She has always been very powerful in the sense that she can bring people together. So powerful, in fact, that when she could have stopped the civil war in Alabaster with just her being there and speaking. And Crocodile knew that because when he saw her, he whipped up a sandstorm to stop her. And when she was on the clock tower, the reason that scene is so powerful is because she's yelling, everyone stop fighting. The rain made them pause, and then seeing Princess Vivi up on that clock tower begging them to stop fighting is what finally made them truly stop. That's always been her power. So the way I'm reading this is, and the way I interpreted this is, there is a woman just like Lily who has appeared in this world. Not only is she just like Lily, she got help from the Straw Hats. Monkey D. Luffy, who's currently now the current embodiment of Joy Boy, right? Lily probably, obviously helped the revolution back in the day 800 to 900 years ago. She was the one that spread the poneglyphs. She was so clearly involved in the war opposing Imu that she's on the mural with the flag of Alabaster. She must have known Joy Boy. Now imagine seeing another woman just like Lily who managed to successfully gather people and lead a revolution against you. They lost, don't get me wrong, but you still successfully helped with that gathering. Now another one exists. And now she's also talking to the current Joy Boy. And fuck, her name is Vivi. Right? That's how I've been reading this the whole time. The mural is depicting the past because it's the first and second world. To me, there's absolutely nothing that depicts of the future. That's why, like, when people talk about it's got to be a love thing, I'm like, I think it's a power thing. I think there's simply a woman exactly like Lily who speaks the way Lily speaks and is doing what Lily is doing, and it scares Imu. I think Vivi is simply powerful, and Imu knows that. That's how I've been reading this the whole time. Because Vivi is a powerful person, no matter what anyone says. Vivi has always been bringing people together, and I think Lily did the same thing. Not only that, Lily successfully managed to work probably around Imu and trick them. If you had someone that tricked you in the way they tricked you, and also brought together 20 kingdoms, because that's the other thing. Oh, but they've got the frame in their room that they think. She was part of the original 20 kingdoms. I think it's safe to say that those rooms are full of the images of the original 20 kingdoms. And when she left with her sword, striped the frame, because she's out. She's taken that sword. They're not there anymore. It was 20 kingdoms down to 19 because of her, right? She took her sword. Then found out she betrayed them. Perhaps, but I don't see Imu as a being in that way. Do you know what I mean? Because again, this is all theories, but in the mural, there was someone on that mural that looked like Imu, right? I think Imu is truly just a representative blob of just power. It could be that part of that power is manipulation of person in regards to love, right? Love. That could be part of it too. And because I do have a belief that Doffy is wanting to be like Imu, and Doffy knows Imu is alive. This is just another theory thing. That Doffy knows theory that Imu exists, and Doffy wanted to emulate Imu. So basically, my whole thing is what Doffy was doing to dress Rosa, and what Doffy did to dress Rosa is emulating what Imu is trying to do with the world. As in, Doffy was like, fucked up Dressrosa, and Doffy said, okay, I can start again, and wipe that shit out. My belief is Imu did that with the first world. Imu fucked up the first world, wiped that shit out, started again fresh with the second world. That's like, I think Dressrosa is a symbol for how Imu also runs things. I think Doffy is trying to emulate Imu because Imu's the greatest power in this world. And why would Doffy not want to emulate that? Because Doffy wants that power too, right? So it could be possible that what Doffy did to Viola is something similar that Imu did to Lily. But at this point in time, it looks like that to me, Vivi is just scary to Imu because Vivi is similar to Lily in what Lily did. It's still possible, right? It is still possible. Just don't get me wrong. But at this point, it doesn't seem to be, at least to me, I don't see it being the case. I just think Lily was scary to Imu. The reason I'm fine with Imu just being a personification of evil without a personality is because Imu is the root cause of everything in this world, of every injustice in this world, of every disgusting thing that happens in this world. I am hoping that this silhouette of Imu that's it, right? I'm hoping there is no actual vision of Imu, like an actual body of Imu. I am hoping Imu is just this black and evil blob, because Imu being the literal walking personification of just every idea of a tyrannical dictator, of just evil, of oppression, of systematic oppression, and just like every idea of just power, of disgusting power in the world. I think that would be great. I think it would be more than fine.
Imu was afraid that what they did will come back to bite them. They got through to their position through killing and betraying and trickery. Lily was using trickery against Imu, which rattled Imu. To break Imu's power is through scaring them from the inside, to point out their skeletons in the...
Okay, Lily was using trickery against Imu, which rattled Imu. To break Imu's power is through scaring them from the inside, to point out their skeletons in the closet. Oh, that's what you think. To point out the skeleton in the closet. I'm not sure about the skeletons in the closet. To point out the skeletons. Oh, are you saying Lily is a skeleton in the closet and Vivi represents that? No, okay, yeah, no, I agree with that. I see that. Either way, obviously, Imu and Lily had some type of dynamic. Whether that dynamic was weirdly romantic in nature, I don't know. All I know is it was definitely something to do with power. It was for sure something to do with power. But of course, this is all theory. This is all theory stuff. The loathsome relics called poneglyphs. Fuck, I just love the way they say that. Isn't it so funny that it was this unfortunate event of the past, disastrous potential? Because look, he's even saying this unfortunate event of the past has one disastrous potential explanation. Was the liberation of the poneglyphs a simple mistake, or was it planned? As in, Imu was sitting around watching the liberation of people through the poneglyphs, and they went, something's not adding up. A mistake that is too good to be a mistake. Like, right? That's too good to be true. What a convenient excuse. Yeah, definitely. Imu was sitting around going, something nefarious has happened here. Something nefarious has happened here. We'll see. We will see. Because, of course, I'm not Oda. I don't know everything. But romantic or not in nature, it's definitely going to be about power. I know that much. Everything about Imu, from their devil fruit to even their design and the way they are shadowed, it is all about the manipulation and the abuse of power. It's why I am crazy about Imu right now. I really fucking love Imu. Like, even Imu, if Imu did not have a personality, just what Imu is, I am obsessed with that. I am obsessed with, actually, here's the one thing that is literally the root cause of every horrible fucking bad thing that is happening in this world. And it is the one thing and guy that sits on the throne and controls the world. And it's like the one of the 1%, just fucking everything up. Imu is the reason for slavery. Imu is the reason for segregation and racism. Imu is the reason for, like, poverty. Imu is the reason for starvation. Imu is the reason for every bad fucking thing that happens in the world of One Piece. Everything. I kind of love that. I really love that. I love the idea of Imu representing the 1% are the controllers of the world. The 0.1%, they are the ones that do this. Right? I love that, because to me, that is realistic. The idea of creating these areas of power and these senses of power, these class divisions, these divisions of race, right? That is all manufactured fucking bullshit to keep people apart from each other. And that's what Imu is doing, right? I personally just love that. I think that's incredibly looking you in the eye, right? Like, other people are horrible. Like, what, like, for example, what Arlong did to Nami, that is not, like, Arlong is still an asshole. Arlong still did that. However, one of the reasons Arlong was even like that is because if we go all the way back to the root cause, it's the system that fucking Imu has set up, right? It's a system that Imu has done. But Sky, I don't see Imu as just one guy. I see Imu as a representation of an oppressive, bigoted system. That's why I'm fine with Imu not having an outright personality. I'm fine with Imu just being this black blob. I like the idea that Imu is just an idea. I just love that shit. That's why I fuck with Imu heavy. I think Imu is and Imu literally being the devil. It's insane. It's just crazy. But also, I'm more than happy blaming the 0.001% being the root cause of every fucking problem on this earth. I am more than happy with that being the message of the story. I am more than happy that one guy who is literally the ruler of the world is the problem, like, is the root cause of every issue. Like, Imu rules the world. And even though this one guy is the problem of, like, he is creating every single issue that is happening in One Piece's earth. Literally immortal. Imu is immortal, right? Even though that's happening, a ton of individuals and a ton of individual people in the world, right? They are still trying to rise up. If it's stated explicitly that Imu represents all of the 1%, Sky, it is though. Imu sits on the throne that should not be sat on. Like, I think that has been stated explicitly. Imu is literally Imu created the 1%. Do you know what I mean? Imu has done this. This is Imu's rule. I think Imu has been explicitly stated. Imu is the 0.001%. They are the representation of this. They literally sit on the ruler of the world throne. Like the throne that should never be sat on. Mu's world, like I truly do believe this has been explicitly stated. The fact that they're immortal as well, like everything is pointing towards Imu is this idea. They are a walking metaphor, right? I think everything is pointing towards that. That's why I just love everything about them, including their design. And the way they control people is just incredible. That's why I love Imu's powers so much. I love Imu's powers so much because it's literally the I control you and your life against your own will devil fruit. Or you make a deal with the devil, I can control that too. And the way I see that is you give in to like the powers that you can receive from the system. You become a monster, but hey, you reap the benefits, right? You get benefits, but you become the monster that you could be if you don't do the right thing, essentially. Right? Just looks like Luffy. It's old-fashioned done their speech. It's the fact that they are also immortal as well. Like even the immortality aspect of it. It's just, I think that's awesome. A non-binary baddie. Oda may reveal more later, but at this point in time, currently, that is what Imu is. Like at this point in time. More may be revealed. Who knows what's going to happen with Imu. Maybe Imu will have a big backstory, but it's quite, like, I think it's quite easy to determine that Imu was the ruler of the second world. Whether or not Imu was the ruler of the first world, we'll find out. Right? We'll see if Imu was the ruler of the first world. But it looked like someone who was similar to Imu was part of the first world. They looked like they were on the mural. That might not be Imu, but we'll find out. The puppet of the current body. But Imu is still immortal. Right? Imu has been around for 900 years. Even if they're taking bodies, they are still immortal. And even if they are taking bodies, that is also an idea of their power, right? Of the way they just destroy and take liberation from people's freedom to such extents. I don't know. Currently, everything about Imu, literally everything about Imu is oppression. Everything. I think that's fucking awesome. Like, I just think that's awesome that everything about Imu is a representation of just oppression. And I just love the way currently that they are written. I fuck with that heavy. But we'll find out. Of course, these are currently all theories, but at the point, that is how I feel about Imu. But also, one of the reasons I am personally okay with Imu being the one guy who is the problem of everything is because that is kind of how One Piece has always worked, right? There'll be bits and pieces around, don't get me wrong, but like nearly every arc is if we take out just this one guy, then we'll be fine. So it makes sense to me that yeah, to actually get the whole world into a good place and to liberate the whole world, we got to go after this one guy. And I think that works fine. Even in the video that I talked about, the reality of fantasy, I talk about that. I talk about how there is a obvious like optimism behind One Piece. It's a huge optimism, but one of them is, wouldn't it be nice if that's how easy it was? Wouldn't it be nice if we could solve everyone's problems by just punching a guy? That's part of One Piece's whole thing. And it's like, Oda knows. We all know that's not truly how the world works. But wouldn't it be nice if it did? Wouldn't it be nice if the one thing we had to do was just punch a guy? Right? It's always been like that. And I've always personally found that quite, to me, for the story that Oda's writing, in the way that, yes, you could go into the more complicated aspects of how these systems are run, and he does do that sometimes. For the story that he's writing, I just enjoy that simplistic optimism of like, it would be nice if we could just punch a guy. Just a guy that is the problem for fucking everything. Because it's what he's done per arc at this point. But soon, Luffy will have to punch the creator of racism, and that's going to be Imu. That's something I really enjoyed when it came to like One Piece. Literally, One Piece saying, if you're racist, you're stupid. And racism is a created concept, and it's a created concept to divide. Ever since we found out that the world is sinking or whatever, and ever since we found out that like the fishmen have been oppressed due to specifically the 1%ers hating them, right? I just love that shit that we found that out. The literal devil being the final villain seems a bit boring. Maybe. Not to me, because I fucking love Devilman. I guess it depends. Like, this is catering to me specifically, because I literally said to you guys when Imu happened, I was like, oh my god, Devilman. It truly depends on how you feel about it personally. If you personally don't like it, I can't convince you. But because I am a Devilman fan and Imu is so reminiscent of Devilman, I went, fuck yeah, let's fucking go. But also, something I do quite like about it is Imu becomes the devil, but Imu calls himself a god, right? I love that shit. I love that literally Imu is the walking personification of evil. Imu is the devil, and Imu is like, no, I'm the god here. Right? It's not like Imu is saying, I am the fucking devil. Imu is believing they are the true ruler while they sprout fucking devil wings and a devil tail. I like it. I know I'm fucking One Piece pilled. I get it. I fucked with that heavy, I'm afraid. It truly just depends on if you like it or not. I personally don't find it boring, and I don't find it boring because I enjoy those themes. I enjoy stories that have those themes, always have. And again, Devilman, right? Devilman was literally the fucking devil. I mean, Devilman was literally about, we have to fight the devil, right? I'm afraid I enjoy it. Arse out claiming to be a god. Yeah. Do remember though, guys, this is not Imu. Like, Gunko's not Imu. Gunko is who Imu is overtaking in the same way Imu did that to Harold. Gunko is simply just a figurehead that, like a puppet, literally a puppet that Imu is talking through. And who knows, maybe Mihawk is Imu's child. They have the same eyes. This is a joke, but I'm sure people have already had that theory. We need to fight God. They already fought God in One Piece. And saying that, yeah, this is why Skypiea is so important. Skypiea was literally about, we have to fight God. What does Imu call themselves again? How interesting. How interesting. And then they have to ring a bell. A bell of liberation and a bell of love. How interesting. How interesting. That's so interesting. I'm afraid I enjoy it. I just do. I just do. Listen, my horrible thing is I love religious symbolism in media. I love it. And even if the devil is on the nose, it's still religious symbolism that I'm like, I fuck with that shit heavy. I really enjoy it. Skypiea is a summary of the entire series. I know it wasn't literally a god. Imu is not literally a god, right? Like, Imu's not a god. Imu is immortal, of course, but how they got that immortality, we do not know. Like, I'm not saying Imu just appeared, but Imu's not a god. I would not classify Imu a god. And the fact that Imu, like, again, we're probably going to have to get more, but I'm not saying Imu is a walking god. I'm saying Imu is also someone who got into this position. They are trying to take over the world. They are trying to rule the world. They're not actually a god. I'm not saying that literally. I'm saying Imu calls themselves a god because they want to be one. They're trying to be one. Imu not at fault. Surely it's not going to be that. The baboons. The baboons. Imu did nothing wrong. No, here's the thing. That's gotta be Blackbeard. Blackbeard is still a problem because Blackbeard is similar. Blackbeard is trying to replicate the powers of the world, which is owning land, owning slaves, doing all that kind of shit. I've always been a believer of Blackbeard is not going to be the final protagonist. I still don't believe that to be the case. I still believe it's going to be Blackbeard is a product of the system. The reason Blackbeard is the way they are is because of how the system destroyed him, destroyed his life, and treated him. He's still a piece of shit, but it's gonna be like Arlong. He's still a piece of shit, but the reason he's where he is because he was fucked up by what he was born into, right? And where did that come from? They segregate them. Imu. Imu probably spread the idea that the Davy Jones line is disgusting because apparently Davy Jones used to be the ruler of the world. Who wants to rule the world again? Oh, Imu does. Everything is pointing towards Imu is just the piece of shit that has caused all these problems. Punch them. Punch them. But I can't see Blackbeard taking down Imu. Again, don't know if it's going to happen, but the reason I can't see Blackbeard taking down Imu is because the only thing I could see is Blackbeard maybe being a repeater of the pattern. This is how we get people like Imu, right? Because Imu creates people like Imu, and Imu creates people who want to be gods. But what I can see most happening in regards to Imu is maybe Blackbeard and Imu become a hybrid of some sort. I can see that happening. I can see Imu taking over Blackbeard's body and Blackbeard still having some consciousness and wanting this power, right? But I can't see Imu just being moved aside for Blackbeard. Especially when we found out, oh, Imu's sitting on that throne that no one should be sitting on. Imu is one of the creators of the original world government. The original, like, the creators of the Holy Knights, you know what I mean? The Holy Knights who we are now discovering recently, who are clearly fucking insane. I just can't see Blackbeard. I've always been quite lost on Blackbeard because I've never truly understood what his final place is going to be in the story. He confuses me because I've never seen him as being the final antagonist. I know some people don't agree with that, but the more we see of Imu, the more convinced I am of that. And now that we've gotten Blackbeard's past of segregate them, now I'm even more convinced that Blackbeard's not going to be the final antagonist. Like, again, I don't know, but I'm just convinced that's what it's gonna be. I've simply never seen Blackbeard. Blackbeard never felt like the final antagonist, mainly because he's a pirate. And I'm like, a pirate being the final antagonist of the world of, like, by the way, everyone is, like, oppressed. And now we found out, like, I understand it can be like continuing the cycle, but we've literally found the root cause problem of everything, and it's Imu. And that's why I'm looking at Blackbeard and I'm like, I'm not sure. I don't know. Right, Blackbeard is a bizarro Luffy. So I'm just the way Blackbeard fits in the story is because Blackbeard is, in my opinion, an idea of what if you took someone's will the wrong way? What if you carried on someone's will in a disgusting kind of way, right? Blackbeard feels like sheer hatred born from Imu's actions, right? That's how I see Blackbeard too. Exactly. Final antagonist for saving the world. Imu and Blackbeard just they feel there's different places in the story for them. So it's like I don't know. I've never seen Blackbeard as the final antagonist to me. VVB Bizarro Imu. That's possible. That too. That is also possible. Don't get me wrong, I can see an idea of Blackbeard and Imu working together in some capacity. But the final antagonist, I just don't know about that. I can't even. There's something. There's truly something there. But in the same, that's it. Nika is like Imu is Bizarro Nika. Bizarro Joy Boy. Always has been. That's again why I really enjoy Imu's design, because Joy Boy or Nika is a hero in all white. And then what is Imu? Literally the fucking devil in all black. Like Imu is just the total anti-Nika in every single way. And everyone believes Nika will be the liberation of the world. So who could they possibly fight for the liberation of the world? Wouldn't it be the guy that is the total opposite of Nika and is the literal representation, the whole idea of oppression? I don't know. It's always been a hot debate because I've always thought this. I've always been like, I don't know about Blackbeard being the final antagonist. I've never known about that. It just never felt right to me. The Black Blob. That's true. That is true, Alice. That could happen too. Yeah. But look, what gets me about that is the reason that's so strange to me is because that then means Blackbeard takes out Imu. And is that satisfying? Would we be satisfied by that? I don't know. Favorite part of the chapter. Surprise aliens. It's the raptors. Anyway, favorite part of the chapter. Sorry, we went on a whole thing there when it came to Imu. Look, Imu's just so very interesting to me. Personally, at this point in time of the story, I'm really fucking liking Imu. I am really enjoying what Imu is. Yes, the idea of Imu can definitely change for the story. I'm not denying that. We don't know everything about Imu. But if Imu stayed the way they are now, and Imu just remained this black, lifeless blob that was just there to destroy people and depress people, I like that. I quite enjoy that. And I'm liking the way, like, we see Imu controlling people. I like it. A literal manga page. Oh yeah. Anyway. Also the fact they're an ink blob. So my favorite part of the chapter, I think it was Flea Zoro. Also, my favorite part is what the fuck was Zoro's plan? Was it literally to just cut Was it like, or was it the jumping? I can't determine what his idea was here. He wanted to hop on heads. It was the jumping. It was Flea Zoro, yeah. Cut from above. I have to ask. I really have to ask. How did the agenda fellas feel about that? Because I saw that Zoro's plan was getting hyped up to fucking hell and back. Right? What, were they upset that his plan was to jump? Because weren't we talking about this in the last chapter? Weren't we like Brooke parrying Imu? Oh yeah. Well, but here's the thing. I keep saying this, guys. It's not Imu. Sorry, this is really peeving me. We have got to stop calling Gunko Imu. They are not Imu. Right? Gunko is not Imu. As in, this is just a puppet that Imu is controlling. That's like calling Bellamy Doflamingo because Bellamy took control of Doflamingo. Sorry, because Doflamingo took control of Bellamy. Imu's avatar, right? Like, this is not Imu. This is someone Imu is manipulating. Possessed by Imu, exactly. Like, call it Imuko, you know? Stop calling it Imu is what I'm saying. Point in their life. Imutar. Because it's like when it came to rocks and when Imu overtook rocks, but Imu didn't overtake rocks. I mean, like what I mean is Imu didn't possess rocks. That was literally just Imu's power flipping rocks and Domi reversing rocks. So that wasn't Imu either. Imu B. Oh yeah, the devil wings dissolving. I did indeed see that. But shut thy mouth. Oh sorry, God. Oh yeah, also the arse panel. Debum. I don't remember what exactly was the limit of the deep sea contract. I don't know if we've been told that yet. A limit of 13. That's it. I don't think we actually know why there's a limit, but I think the safe assumption is because it takes a piece of Imu when they do that. Again, we don't actually know. God, there's so much to know about Imu. Yeah, lifespan stuff. Yeah, piece of Imu's soul. Anyway, Zoro jumping on their heads. That was a great idea. He cut from above. Yep. That's exactly what I said and what we said. His plan is cut. It was not going to be anything. I love him saying, I hear you, brothers. I love that he's like become one with the Elbathians. Like, where has this come from? What does he say in Japanese? Does anyone know? Like, when he says that, what does he actually call them? Does anybody know? I guess no one would have the answer. Not at this point, anyway. I was gonna say Anarchy. Kyodai, I hear you, siblings. Why does he become so buddy-buddy with them? That is... He's having a good time. But, the thing with Dory and Broggy... Yeah, they're gonna start fighting each other. For sure. They've broke each other's weapons. They're gonna start fighting each other. Because I think, from what we can tell, from what I have picked up here, when I said military because someone said military, when a memory is rekindled in someone, Imu loses control of them, because Gunko sees Brook, hears Brook, a memory of Brook comes back, and Gunko and Imu loses control, or like it makes them unstable because they're being reminded of themselves, right? I think that's what's going to happen with Dory and Broggy. I think them destroying each other's weapons, it's going to remind them of each other. And then it's going to remind them of them. Or they destroy each other's weapons and they start fighting, and then that's going to make the hold on them loosen. Something like that. Like, I don't think it's going to free them per se, but I think it's going to make Imu's control wobble. Gay giants. That reminds me so much of you. And of course, the reason Zora's the one doing this is because, you know, it's because, he's got his own equal. But no one wants to acknowledge it but me. It's because something happened on Little Garden where Zoro mirrored them. But whatever. By kissing each other. I do really enjoy him being a flea. Narrative equal. Sorry, I'll stop making up words. I'll stop saying narrative equal. I know, I just made that up. That was all me. That's true. Quickly, we must kiss. Well, as Harold said, Dory and Broggy have always been eccentric. Fuck, that is so funny. I love that we have a scene of Harold saying, yeah, Dory and Broggy, even for giants, are kind of weird. God. Right. Loki being chased down and chained. Vivi, Shuri, Buggy. I did notice the blue hair pattern. Actually, do you guys want to know why I think Gunko has blue hair? I don't think it has anything to do with Vivi. I think it's because Oda made Shamrock and Oda wanted to give Shamrock a blue-haired companion. I genuinely think that's why. I think because Shanks got a blue-haired companion, he wanted to give Shamrock one. I honest to God think that's why. This is not a joke. Like, I don't think it has anything to do with the princesses, with Vivi, with Nefertari. I just think it's because Shamrock is also meant to be like a parallel of Shanks. So he's like, Shanks has a blue-haired companion. I'm gonna give Shamrock one. Buggy sounding name. That is not what I said. This is my honest to God idea for why her hair is blue. Like, I don't think it's some grandiose thing. I just genuinely think it's, oh, Shanks had blue hair companion, so Shamrock has a double one. Truly, I think that's it. I really think that's it. Another pink thing streamer talking about art design. Yeah, that's me. I'm talking about Buggy. I shouldn't call her Gunko. Now that I know her name is Shuri, Gunko was like her slave name. Oh, that is so fucked up. That is really fucked up. Her name is Shuri, not Gunko. Wow, so Gunko really wasn't her name. It really was just Battle.
Howdy do, boys.
It really was just like a battle girl. Because what did it mean? It meant like military girl, didn't it? So Imu really overtook Shuri and then said, yeah, military soldier woman. What the fuck? Yeah, just a military child. Imu didn't even fucking give her a name, right? It was just military fella. That's awful. Army child, yeah. This reminds me of when Judge had his kids. Not to make this about Sanji, and he named them 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if we found out he did experiments on them. That is so fucked up. Because so many people went, oh, but numbering kids was like a thing in Japan. It's like no one named their kid 0. Reiju. Reiju was 0. Hi, Dragon. Like Reiju was 0 because she was the fucking control, like the control experiment. He was her first try. Sorry, she was his first try. And then he went, oh great, except for the fact she has emotions. Now let's make the final ones. How fucked up is that? Isn't that disgusting? They were the numbered mermaid siblings, that's what I'm talking about. But the way the Whole Cake Island siblings were, it was clearly they were just test subjects. Because the numbered mermaid siblings, no one was called 0. Like he literally had a base control child for his experiments called 0. And then he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just disgusting. Hi. Blueberry's in here. He was a scientific man and he was gross. Oof. Anyway, so far, Oda's doing that thing again where every single thing he's introducing here is in relation to the arc, right? He's not just introducing shit willy-nilly. And that's shit I always appreciate. This is why whenever he creates these stories, right? Even if sometimes I can feel a bit bumpy sometimes, they always feel so like controlled. Even though there's so much going on, they will still feel controlled because no matter what, he'll always make sure everything he introduces will relate to either the theme or to what is happening within the story. So again, as I was telling you guys, we're not getting Shuri's story now. We're not getting like the introduction of Shuri and the idea of Shuri just because Oda said it's time. We're also getting the introduction of her is because her story clearly must mirror Elbaf's in some way. Clearly must mirror Loki and Harold in some way. The princess killing father. Hello, that's Loki. Sorry, the father killing princess. Hello, that's Loki. The father killing princess. Exact same thing. In the same way, Shamrock was introduced in this arc because there's a clear idea in this arc of brothers, right? Of a brotherly dynamic that is rocky because of Hyrule and Loki. Hello. Hey, Bobby. Because I was like, why the fuck has he introduced Shamrock in this arc specifically? Shamrock is clearly something he's always had around, and we know this because he's a shit starter and he answered Shank's twin questions. But sorry, Blueberry's being funny. But I was like, so why now? Why in the world are we getting Shamrock now? And it's because there's a theme of brothers in this arc. They only count the eldest sibling if they are male. Even when Reg is the eldest, only Judge starts counting the brothers. Ooh. Oh, that's yucky. Thankfully, I don't think Judge was like that because there was no idea that Judge really othered Reiju. He kind of treated them all the same. But that's gross. I don't like that very much. I don't like that idea. I mean, I don't like that concept of no, don't count the woman. Ugh. Ugh, free me. Fuck, just free me. Anyway, not to say anything about the religion though. Like, no, I'm not against it. I just don't like that concept. Don't like that very much. Not let Big Mom kill Judge because he's a good boy. He's better than all of us. What? Oh, she was using the arrows there to, yeah. The next Princess Luffy will help. I'm quite excited because here's the thing. Poor Brook has been through so much shit. So again, the assumption I think we can make here is Brook had a dynamic with I keep forgetting her name. Shimu's. What's her name? Fuck. I'm sorry, girl. Shuri's. Brook had a relationship with Shuri's father, who was the king. The king must have helped Brook in his life, as in taken him in. Because what did he say? Not the father killing princess. The life you stole away belonged to the man who I owe everything. So Brook must have been like a bum. He must have been poor or something. He must have had nothing. And Shuri's father took him in, helped him be something, helped him become something. Must have been where he got his sword skills from, right? And then he has believed for all of his life that Shuri has killed her father. Now, here's what gets me. Brook has clearly believed this for over 80 years, or however old, not 80, but Brook has clearly believed this for however long that the incident happened for, which is a lot of decades. So, when Brook finds out that wasn't her that did that, what's that scene going to be like? Right? It's going to be Imu that did that. But what is that scene going to be like? Because imagine holding a hatred and a grudge against someone, especially a girl that you protected for probably the formative years of her life, and then you end up hating her because you think she did something. Just to find out it actually wasn't her the whole time. In a similar sense to how Elbaf has hated Loki for such a long time. And they are now finding out that was not the case and Loki truly did not want to kill his father. How is Brook going to feel about that? That's gonna be heartbreaking, right? That's just gonna be horrible. Elbaf truly is Brook's Whole Cake Island. Here's the thing, I don't know if we're going to get it at this arc. We might, I'm still not sure. This still might be something that we get later on. God, I hope she doesn't die. Whole Bone Island. I don't know. That's gonna be fucked up. I'm just gonna feel it's a whole shitty situation. This is why Imu is disgusting to me. Just disgusting. They not only take away people's lives and freedoms, they also make it so the people closest to them end up hating them. They literally rip away every single thing they could have. Everything. Even the people closest to them, even the people that loved them. That's how good they are at tearing people apart. Right? Imu's whole idea is not just oppression, but segregation, separation of peoples. Imu doesn't want unity, because if you have unity, you can't rule. You can't be a tyrant, right? The only unity that Imu should have is, state authorized unity under Imu. No peoples loving each other. Can't have that. That's like, again, it's just why I love Imu. Everything we're seeing about Imu is just, they are just disgusting. Just disgusting. Like 50 to 60 years of hating a girl that you probably helped raise because you thought she did something, and then you find out, no, she's literally a slave. Fuck. And that's what happened to Rebecca too. She got turned into a slave, and then she was ridiculed and hated by the people of Dressrosa her whole life. Even though the man that imprisoned her ruined Dressrosa and fucking went after and killed the royals that he could kill. Just evil shit. I love One Piece. I love One Piece. I'm still waiting for when we see Loki's eyes though, and Luffy goes, "Ooh, what beautiful eyes." Also, Jinbe's really attractive in this Elbaf gear. Sorry, the panel of Usopp going, "Wow, my mental powers." I was distracted because Jinbe behind him is very attractive. He just looks really good in Elbaf gear with his braids. Saul is still like passed out dead, by the way. Just letting you guys know that. And Robin is still... No, I do think Sanji is on the way to take out Sommers because Robin is in Sommers' vines. So I think he's like, I gotta get her out of that. Who the fuck did that to you? Sommers. This Sanji tease, I cannot fucking believe he did that to me. I actually can't believe it. I was expecting him. And he cut away. Scratch that, reverse it. I want to believe Oda's editors did it. I want to believe his original draft had Sanji in it, and his editor said, no, you gotta take that out. And he went, do I have to? Trust. Oda's editors did it. Everyone starts spreading that lie. I mean, that truth that I totally didn't just make up. Trust me. The missing swooner. Alright. I'm not tweeting it. Oh my god, shut up. No, I'm not doing that. Not today. I don't want to do the One Piece. Well, guys, it's like 4 a.m. The way I trusted Wapple. Maybe my Doffy icon is more accurate than I want it to be. I don't think I'm as evil as him, but I'm sure I'm as tricksterful as he is. I'm very good at lying to a horrible extent that I can let everyone believe Wapple. Actually, what am I talking about? Wapple was a member. Like, he was supposed to be a member of the Straw Hats. Just letting you guys know. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done for the day. So yeah, favorite part of the chapter was Zoro jumping like a flea. I quite enjoyed that. And favorite panel this chapter was the Imu eyes behind Gunko. Or Shuri, I should say. But honestly, any panels that include Imu's looming power over anyone like that, I'm really enjoying them so far. I'm just really liking all the Imu shit we're getting. Everything I see of Imu, I am greatly enjoying. I just think they're a fantastic antagonist right now, especially like powerful one. I'm really liking them. All right, I'm going into my box. Oh, I'm calling her Shuri. Because I want her to be freed. Better than the butt panel. Hey, the best butt panel that Oda's done so far is Nami when she first woke up in Elbaf, and she had the porcupine was electrocuted, the hedgehog. That was the best panel, the best butt panel. All right, thank you everyone. I appreciate it. Thank you for sticking around. I'll be here tomorrow to stream. I think we'll see. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Can't wait to read another chapter next Sunday, and can't wait to see more of this stuff, and can't wait to be right again. Just saying. Just saying. I got Brooke right. He was wiggling around. All right. See you, everyone. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye.